One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Man, what a freaking morning to wake up to. It is Thirsty Thursday. Good morning to everybody. It is the 11th, as you guys know. We also are going to be talking a little bit about 9/11 today as well. Trump, I guess, made some remarks on 9/11 today, so we're going to be making sure that you guys see that as well. Today, we're going to be talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination that happened yesterday, unfortunately, over there in Utah. We have a whole bunch of updates on what's happening. FBI, well, not really a whole bunch of updates, but we're going to lead you guys up and show you guys what the facts are of the case as of right now and what it is stands as of this second as we speak right here. FBI update on Charlie Kirk assassination manhunt is today's title. Specifically, obviously, that's what everyone in the media is going to be talking about today. So, as well as yesterday. So we're going to start off today with Trump reacts after Charlie Kirk's death. This is some sort of vigil that was happening over there in the University of Alabama that we're going to be showing you guys here first. That was as of last night. And then we have an update this morning. A manhunt intensifies for Charlie Kirk's assassination suspect. Then, of course, some stuff going on regarding 9/11. We're going to be kind of going in the middle there and breaking off and talking about that for a second. As today does mark the 24 years since the 9/11 attacks have happened. Then we're going to be going right back into the FBI update. I guess they do have the rifle that was used in Charlie Kirk's assassination, and it was recovered. The manhunt, unfortunately, does continue, however. And then we're going to be going into Trump talking about 9/11, as well as Charlie Kirk to be awarded posthumous Medal of Freedom. I've never even seen that. Posthumous, all one word, posthumous Medal of Freedom. And very, very interesting. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys hit that like button, man. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. I very much appreciate you guys hitting that like button. And also, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because it's also free, man. Please consider, though, becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody. But check it out. This is the way that we stay afloat, and we're 100% funded by you guys in the Breakfast Club. So thank you guys for becoming members and staying members, man. Little side note here, follow my Instagram at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my life, but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time, breaking news, and much, much more. This is a great way to get a hold of me one-on-one. We also have a Discord server for all of you legends in the Breakfast Club, man. Make sure you guys join up on that. We have the link down in the description box of every single live video. So make sure you guys join in on that. That's where we all hang out. And actually, I break news over there as well. Anytime shit goes down, you guys are the first to know. Last but not least, all super chats, super stickers, gifted membership signups, they're all going to be presented live and shout it out onto the show. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from your hard-earned cash, we have these platforms right here that you guys can donate to. And of course, I will shout that out as they come in. I have my email up ready to go. So if anything comes through, of course, I'll read it. Now, today, real quick before I get in and hang out with all of you guys, as you guys know, this is a big topic that we're talking about. So the one thing I did want to bring up for you guys is I made an official statement yesterday, about 2.5 hours after the shooting. And I wrote, "May Charlie Kirk rest in peace. Us Americans need to all rise together and condemn political violence. This was not a murder. It was an assassination. Prayers to the Kirk family." Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely fucking brutal to see. You know, it's very interesting how political violence always plays out, right, man? And, you know, this definitely reminded me of JFK's assassination, as well as the attempt on Trump as well. Very interesting. The guy laying up on the roof and shit. I mean, it's just fucking crazy, bro. Anyways, we got Brother Steve up in the building, man. Good morning to you. We got Brother Hook Dog as well. Good morning, guys. We got Gary and chatting with Stacks. Good morning, gentlemen. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far. We got Mr. up in the building as well, man. Good to see you. KP, as well as Motobomb, sending in the raid, by the way. I want to thank you for redirecting everyone over here. I very much appreciate that. Helps out all of us, man. Rising tides help all ships, you know. Absolutely. We got Dark Horse in the building as well. Good morning. We got Sick Bastard as well as Neighbor Guy. Good morning to you guys. We got Steve Posey. Good morning. We got Rabbit of Chaos. Good morning to you as well. We got Carney's Ride. Let's see. We're running down. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. That's way too hard. That's too hardcore for a guy that's illiterate as fuck like me. You know what I mean? Just means after death. Got you, Steve. Thank you for that clarification there. Token Thursday. Yes, I do like that, KP. We're definitely going to be token today. We've got our left-handed tobacco ready on deck, of course. We've got to be well medicated. You know what I mean? With, of course, tobacco. Which is cap, by the way. We got 2-4 up in the building. Great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning. And speak of, great to see you over there from the Motos side, man. Great to see you hanging out with us. All right, let's go ahead and do this, man. And yes, that's correct. Don't be a lame. Hit that freaking like button, man. Very much appreciate you guys. Also have the, I have a poll that's in the chat for you guys. Make sure you guys answer the poll on there. All right, so we prefaced everything that's happening today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This is as of last night. This is the only thing that we're going to be showing from yesterday, essentially. Pretty much most of the stuff that we're going to be talking about has happened today, this morning. But this was last night, and I figured, well, because this was Trump reacting to Charlie Kirk's death, there may be some people out there that have not seen this. And different things that were said. So let's go ahead and do this and run our course here. Let's do this.
All right, everyone, you are watching live now from Fox. Again, we appreciate everyone continuing to join us during this breaking news of Charlie Kirk, dead at the age of 31, shot and killed at a rally in Utah. And now we are learning.
I wouldn't even consider it a rally. I wouldn't even consider it that.
That the suspect.
I consider it an open event.
Well, there is no suspect right now under custody because the police says they had someone detained. They were questioning that person.
Yes, and they let both of the people that they had of interest for this case, they let both of them go.
But that person had...
Because they were not the correct people. Like that old man that you guys saw yesterday, that is not the guy, just so you guys know. That was not the guy. The guy is still at large right now.
Has now been released. So that is the new information.
Real quick, before we do, though, we got Carney's Ride dropping it like it's hot, my man. Thank you very much for that, kind sir. It helps out the show immensely. And not only helping me, but you're helping someone in the Breakfast Club, man. So thank you very much for that. Helps out.
That we have.
Let's
it's
go.
Been a back and forth between the FBI, the local police officials there on the ground, and we are still waiting for more of a clear direction from this investigation. But this was the moments just a little bit ago, and the governor as well as the police.
Now, this guy is the, I don't know if he's the governor, whatever the case is, he's whatever head of DPS. I don't know if he's the actual governor of, I don't know, but because that's not usually what a governor would wear. But nonetheless, this dude right here comes out and says, let's just be very frank with this whole thing. This was not This was absolutely an assassination. And I'm glad that he said that. This was like maybe about an hour before. So I had posted my post an hour before this guy came out and talked about this. Now, this is the FBI also coming in and talking about this, but I believe this guy is head of DPS. But nonetheless, this guy comes out and says it just like it is.
Giving their update and saying at the time that they did have someone detained, but...
By the way, good morning, Tiffany. Great to see you in the building. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far. We got Dean Savage over there in Israel, so it's not morning to him, but hopefully he's enjoying his Thursday afternoon. And yes, definitely a sad day yesterday as well as today being 9/11.
Unfortunately, that is not true anymore. That person has now been released. So we will keep an eye on this for you right here on Live Now from Fox. All right, moving on. I want to take you now out to the White House because we are getting...
Well, here's the thing. If it wasn't a complete, like paid for ordeal, when have you guys ever known the left or any liberal being able to keep their fucking mouth shut? The guy's going to get caught. Now, if this whole thing was orchestrated, then that's a whole different ordeal, right, Mr. Mister? And I think that's what you're getting at. But yes, great to see you hanging out with us. We got Biker Babe as well. Good morning to you. We have an interesting morning for sure. We got Briar Wolf as well. All right, let's get back into it.
We have some video now of President Trump with a recorded statement on the passing of Charlie Kirk. Let's listen in.
To my great fellow Americans,
Now, this is the one that most of you guys have already seen. This came out yesterday. There has been new remarks that Trump did today. I guess he was speaking on 9/11 and then also spoke on Charlie Kirk as well, and is going to present him with some sort of medal. But nonetheless, this is from yesterday. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen it. For the people that have not, let's go ahead and play it.
Filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him...
What's up, Redacted? I think all of us are tired of it. That's for damn sure.
...and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot...
There's Naomi. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning so far.
...who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loves so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge...
Man, I'm not even... You're still stuck on that, Frank? I moved on from that about 10 minutes ago, homie.
...that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation.
Oh, shit. Real quick. We got Carney's Ride saying we got 32 of you guys in here, and we only got 22 likes. Yo, that's a big fucking L, bro. Sad day for the chat, bro. Sad day.
Joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever. To share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals.
Which is crazy. So is Trump.
This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our...
What's up, Prez? Good morning.
...country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie.
Well, that should be kind of standard. Again, the only thing that I basically ask for is for all of us to be able to rise together and just like my official statement says, we need to all come together and condemn political violence, you know? So that's end of story, bro.
Was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before. And it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family. And may God bless the United States.
I agree. All right, let's go ahead and move on from there. Real quick, we do have a PSA for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and run this. You guys must obey. You know what I mean?
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
We're all cooked out here, homie. Gee, we got Shadow in here as well as Go Fast Racing. Good to see you, gentlemen, as well as Mount High. We definitely couldn't wait, homie. We had to pop this thing open and get right to it. But good morning to you guys. Great to see everybody. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps out immensely, and it's free to do so. So I very much appreciate your laborious work on hitting that like button. All right, let's go ahead and give you guys a small update. This was 3 hours ago. I'm going to give you guys a obvious timeline. I'm going to be transparent with this timeline because this is as of 3 hours ago. The next FBI update that we have and the latest update from the FBI is 1 hour ago. So we have it pretty much lined up, ready to go on all these things.
Welcome back into Live Now from Fox, where this morning a federal manhunt continues for the person who killed conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The 31-year-old was shot to death in front of 3,000 people at Utah Valley University yesterday afternoon, and what President Trump is calling, quote, a dark moment for.
100%, Lappy. 100,000%. And before the FBI had even come out, about an hour previous in my statement here, I had posted this because there were so many people denying that this wasn't a fucking, they were saying that it wasn't a fucking assassination. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, yo? Like, what else would it be, you dumb fuck? You know, what, oh, this, we don't know if it's politically motivated. We don't know yet. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? That's what I gotta say. We got brother Steve Easy saying for $5, man, dropping it like it's hot, by the way. Very much appreciate that. Saying winter is coming, don't eat the yellow snow. That is true. That is true. Don't eat that yellow snow, cub. We got as well as Moto over there on the Facebook side of things. Appreciate that.
America. Joining us live now with some more details on this entire investigation is Fox's Caroline Shively. Caroline.
Good morning to you, Correll. The FBI is now reaching out to the public for more information. Authorities say this killer had the skills to get off a fatal shot from more than 100 yards away and the brazen ability to commit murder in broad daylight. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot while speaking to students at Utah Valley University yesterday.
Well, that's kind of the sad part about it, Hardwire, is, you know, it works in a very, very interesting way, and I'm going to try to keep religion as much out of it as possible. But nothing is going to protect you. Only you protect you. And that's the God's honest truth. That just is. It's part of having free will, whole bunch of shit. We have to be able to, I mean, we make these decisions and put ourselves in situations. And I'm sure Charlie Kirk, if you had asked him, are you willing to die for what you're doing right now? He would say, abso-fucking-lutely, I would. He was willing to put himself in that situation. And he died as a total, like, I look at him as not someone that was scared. I don't look at him like that. I look at him as someone that is a G. He's a warrior. He went straight up to the opposition face to face. I respect that.
The fatal bullet hit Kirk in the neck as he was taking questions from the audience.
We hear shot, and then just a wave of blood come out of his chest.
The crowd screamed and scattered as Kirk's security team rushed him to the hospital, where doctors fought and failed to save his life. Back on campus, authorities announced they had a man in custody, but released him a few hours later.
That he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest.
Kirk co-founded Turning
So that was the guy that they let go. They were talking about there.
USA in 2012 as a teenager and quickly became a major player in the right-wing movement. His social media alone reached over 100 million people per month.
Oh my God, Anson coming in as Black Imperious is funnier than fuck.
Mission was to bring young people into the political process.
Real quick, we already saw him speak on this yesterday. We got Sterling coming in with the 10 spot. That's huge, by the way, saying Charlie Kirk was a great man. The world is a sadder place without him. I 100% agree, bro. But thank you for your $10 donation. And man, I can't thank you enough. Made it rain for real, though. And we got Briarwolf coming in with the 5 spot as well, saying, God bless all of you. This community is a great example of our strength against all the wicked shit going on in the world. Not one step back, no fear. Exactly, bro. 0 fear. It's like, who's willing to step up and take the place of him and put himself in a bad situation like that? I'm like, me, I'll do it. 0 fear, homie, when it comes to that shit. So... Sterling, I can't thank you enough for that humongous 10 spot, by the way, as well as Briar Wolf. Thank you guys so much for not only your donation, but as well as your kind comments right there, man.
Which he did better than anybody ever.
Congressional members on both sides of the aisle quickly condemned the shooting of the married father of 2.
Oh, it's completely appalling. It's frightening for everyone.
Political violence must be called out, and it has to stop.
But as word spread that Kirk had died, a moment of silence to honor him on the House floor devolved into a partisan shouting match.
The House will be in order.
Uh-oh. The House will be in order.
Yo!
Shit.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
In honor of Kirk, President Trump has ordered American flags to be flown at half-staff through Sunday evening. Corral back.
Yes, it was put out, by the way, that flags are to be half-mast. So that's what's happening until Sunday. We got TVT up in the building, by the way, up there in Canada. He's the only one that really doesn't have to listen to our half-mast bullshit because, well, it's not bullshit, but he doesn't have to partake in that because he's up there in Canada. Shit. All right. Good to see you,
Carolina,
man.
do you just have one brief question before I let you go? Because with this attack and it really hitting so close to home when it comes to all of these political figures, have you heard of any maybe changes made to security specifically down there on Capitol Hill?
Nope. And fighting back, I know this sounds crazy right now, but if we were going to fight back, it wouldn't be right now. I'm just going to be honest. It would have to be just someone to the level of like Trump right now. But fighting back is partaking and being a part of political violence. And that's exactly what I'm condemning. I'm condemning on the left, the right, in between, independent, communist, capitalist. Don't give a fuck. When it comes to politics, we need to condemn all political violence. Know what I'm saying?
Well, security is definitely tight today, coming on the anniversary of 9/11, certainly. But Speaker Johnson was asked about that last night. He said it is top of mind. Some lawmakers have been talking about that, but we have heard no official announcements yet.
All right, Caroline Shively joining us live down there in Capitol Hill over in Washington, D.C. We appreciate your time. You take care.
You bet.
We are going to continue to follow this developing story, and I want to bring us out to this.
I heard that, TVT. I got you.
Live image that will continue.
I'm sure you did.
Throughout the day today over at the White House in D.C. As you can see here from this vantage point, those flags are being flown half-staff today by that order of President Trump that Caroline did mention during her report. This is all in honor of Charlie Kirk, who was...
Yep. We do have some information on that, TVT. That is very true. There was some crazy shit like written on the fucking bullets and shit. Yeah. I did see that. So let's go ahead and move on. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about 9/11 real quick before we get into, because we're trying to do everything chronological order in the course of what's happening in the news. So that was as of 3 hours ago. What we're about to bring up is the 9/11 memorial. Today marks 24 years since the 9/11 attacks. This is a quick coverage, just kind of talking about it for just a second. And then we're going to go right back into the FBI regarding this whole thing. And I guess the FBI update as of 1 hour ago is rifle used in Charlie Kirk's assassination was recovered. Manhunt continues. And then we're going to be jumping right back into 9/11. All right. So the question that I have for you guys before we get into this, because we're getting into 9/11 real quick. I remember, just like I'm sure most of you guys, I'm not saying that you guys don't. I'm just saying that I remember exactly where I was when 9/11 happened. I was in first grade, actually, chat. I was in first grade. And Miss Viscara was my first grade teacher. And I remember when this whole shit happened and everyone got pulled out of schools and shit. It was wild. I really didn't even understand what was happening. And I fully didn't until I was older, obviously. At 6 years old, you're not going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I totally understand how this shit works. You know what I mean? So what I ask you guys in the chat is, where were you guys in 9/11? Where were you guys? Do you guys remember exactly where you were when it happened, when that news broke? Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get into 9/11 over here. Bring this up.
But right now, let's check in with Briella Tomasetti, who is down in Lower Manhattan as well, with more on the ceremonies that will take place in just a bit. Briella.
Yeah, Kirk, good morning to you. And of course,
shit, you were already a senior TVT. Damn.
This was a day our nation vowed to never forget.
Real quick, we got Smoking Spaceman. My man says, FYI, reports of shooter being trans radical leftist. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm just going to hold until I get the fact. You know what I mean? I'm not going to assume anything yet or even comment on that until I see the report myself. But interesting, very, very interesting.
It is all too poignant for New Yorkers this morning, especially the weather being so similar to what it was like 24 years ago on this very day. The grief still so palpable. But today, thousands will gather here in Lower Manhattan to honor and...
Real quick, Brother Dwayne, good morning.
Remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001. You heard the mayor say before he got cut off that there are a lot of high-profile people expected to be...
Man, look at that shit. That was such a radical fucking ordeal. I've watched so many documentaries. I have watched so many different things regarding 9/11. And it's just terrible.
Attendance dignitaries are arriving slowly as we speak, but the memories and the emotions, well, they return even more vividly as survivors and family members descend on Ground Zero on the 9/11 memorial for the annual recitation of nearly 3,000 names. 6 piercing moments of silence commemorate the key events of that fateful day. At 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower. Almost instantly, the World Trade Center was shrouded in black, billowing smoke and smoldering ash. 17 minutes at 9:03, Flight 175.
What's up, Bliss Chris? Good morning. And look at this timeline right here. This is the timeline. Wow. 8:46 a.m. Let me go ahead and bring this down. 8:46 a.m. Citywide moment of silence. Then moment of silence at 9:03. Look at all this. This is when all these flights hit right here. It's just fuck, man. The moments of the tower falling just basically 20 minutes later. And then the North Tower actually stood up the longest. Yeah, fucking crazy.
Struck the South Tower at 9:37. Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. At 9:59, the South Tower collapsed. At 10:03, Flight 93 plowed into an empty field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and the North Tower fell at 10:28. Now, as America marks the 24th anniversary of the attacks, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is providing...
Rob's neighbor, good to see you in here, by the way, from the moto side. Always appreciate it, by the way.
21 mortgage-free homes to the families of fallen first responders. The organization supports members of the U.S. military and those who died in the line of duty since 2001. Frank Stiller, whose brother Stephen Stiller died a hero on 9/11, inspired that foundation.
Holy shit, Miss Lotus. Yeah, I can only imagine. The phone calls that were made were just fucking-sane. You know, it's just so brutal. But Miss Lotus, great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying the morning as much as possible on a day like this. Fucking totally brutal. But sad reality within politics, right?
We didn't know we were going to do this work 24 years ago. We just wanted
to... all of this shit, all of it. 9/11, the whole thing regarding Charlie Kirk, all of it. Politics. It's just politics, bro. It's just politics. I fucking hate that.
honor my brother's sacrifice, what he did running through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel with his fire gear on his back, getting to ground zero, and, you know, while saving others, gave up his life. And he was our little brother. He was the youngest of 7 of us.
Okay, very interesting. They even reported it.
So he was married and had 5 kids. So when we found out what he did, we just wanted to do the right thing and to honor him and all those who perished on that day.
Wow.
Yeah, such a wonderful organization that gives back to the 9/11 community.
Yeah, that's brutal, brother Slim. Great to see you, by the way.
And another thing to point out here, the deaths from 9/11 related illnesses now surpass the deaths of the people who were on the planes and in the towers in New York City on that fateful day. 6 homes, 6 mortgage-free homes will go to the families of first responders who died of those diseases. And again, Kurt and Rosanna, things will get underway. The ceremony will begin in a little over a half hour from now here in Lower Manhattan.
Man, what a brutal thing to have to remember. And, you know, it's kind of funny how it's supposedly never forget, right? But motherfuckers forget so fucking quick, sadly. Go Fast says, I was in the class next door, Mike. The teachers turned on the TV. Yep, I was the same thing. That's exactly what happened to us. I was in class, then the TV went on, and yeah. Turn around and not watch, then they just stared for hours and didn't acknowledge us kids the rest of the day. Wow. So the adults couldn't adult in that moment. That's crazy. You know what's really radical is I remember my teacher, and she handled it like she put on a whole fucking facade in that moment just to keep it together for the kids. And she did. Because we were all losing it in the class. Kids screaming. I mean, it was just fucking nuts. So yeah, it's brutal. All right, let's go ahead and get into the update from the FBI that happened an hour ago. The rifle used in Charlie Kirk's assassination has been recovered, and the manhunt continues. Unfortunately, they have not caught anybody, and they've let go all people of interest, essentially. So let's go ahead and bring this up and hear this.
Last night I communicated with Erica.
Why does the mic have so much background noise on that? That's so fucked up. You guys over there, I just gotta say one thing. When you have these press conferences and all that shit, the number one thing is I don't even need to see them. I need to be able to hear them, okay? You guys got millions and millions and millions of dollars funded to your shit, to your organizations, to your companies. You guys can fucking hire the correct people to be an audio engineer, as well as get the proper equipment, and don't cross your cables and shit. That's what an audio engineer would fucking obviously know. That's rule number 1. Don't be crossing cables and shit. Because when you do cross some cables and shit, this is the kind of sound you get. Anyways, I just had to say that.
The family's devastated. As a commissioner of public safety, as a father, as a husband, I can only imagine what that family's going through. The heinous event that happened yesterday is not Utah. This is not what we're known for. Over the past several weeks, we've seen this state come together to help families in mourning, come together as a community to show what Utah is known for a state of character, of service, of camaraderie, of a neighboring feel. We will not stand for what happened yesterday.
What's up, Coder? Good to see you, by the way. Hopefully you're enjoying your Thirsty Thursday morning or Toke Thursday, whatever you partake in.
Exhausting.
Maybe neither. I don't know.
Every lead. We have every officer invested in this, every investigator, every local agency. The outpouring of support from the law enforcement community has been astounding. We are investing everything we have into this, and we will catch this individual. Having walked through the crime scene, through the hallways of this school, through the classrooms.
By the way, Coder, that's Anson.
I can't imagine what the people on scene felt as well. A horrific event where some of them barricaded in classrooms, some of them ran in fear. Can't overstate.
Brother 13, good morning, good morning. Hopefully you're, trying to enjoy the morning as much as you can on a day like this, but...
The tragedy and the horrific event that yesterday was, and how we will work to bring to justice the actions of one individual or any other individuals that assisted in that. Our state has gone through a lot, and we will come out successful. And with that, I'll turn the time over to Special Agent Bowles in charge.
Good morning. My name is Robert Bowles, and I am the Special Agent in charge of the Salt Lake Field Office. Following yesterday's tragic shooting of Charlie Kirk, FBI agents have been working around the clock in coordination with our law enforcement partners. We are.
And why do you guys state the obvious? We know that you're working with your law enforcement partners. Just get to the fucking point. I think this is the things that people in America cannot fucking stand. Just tell us what the fuck the update is. You don't need to whine over the top of it. You don't need to do all this shit and put on a political theater. Just fucking tell me what it is.
Continue to work.
And ironically, this is political theater, ladies and gentlemen, which is kind of crazy about it. It's a radical ordeal.
Nonstop until we find
politics is insane.
The person that has committed this heinous crime and find out why they did it. This morning, I can tell you that we have recovered what we believe is the weapon that was used in yesterday's shooting. It is a high-powered bolt-action rifle. That rifle was recovered in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. So the FBI laboratory will be analyzing this weapon. Investigators have also collected footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis. Now, I understand there are a lot of questions about motive. I assure you that all leads, tips are being fully investigated. As of this morning, we've received more than 130 tips. We thank the community for that. The FBI has...
What's up, Don? Good morning. Hopefully you're, enjoying the morning as much as you can.
Brought every resource to bear. And we will continue to do so throughout the course of this investigation. The FBI's mission is to protect the American people. It's to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Any attack on the First Amendment is an attack on the very foundation of our democracy.
I agree.
That is why we will relentlessly pursue this case and the shooter until we find him.
Well, get to it, motherfucker.
We also continue to grieve with the family and the community. It's our community.
Yes, there was only one shot, and the shot came from 200 yards away. 200 yards.
If you have any video or images from the shooting, we ask you to please submit them to our digital media tip website at www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley Shooting. You can also call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. We truly rely on the public's help in these types of cases, and no tip is too small or insignificant. Thank you.
Okay, here come questions. We can't hear them in the back there. Still can't hear shit.
Absolutely. So what I'll release about the suspect is suspect blended in well with a college institution. And we're not releasing many details right now, and we will soon. But right now we're not. But that individual appears to be of college age.
And he was on top of the fucking roof, by the way. Like, you know how people were looking around trying to figure out where it came from? He was on top of the roof.
We are confident in our abilities to track that individual. If we're unsuccessful in identifying them immediately, we will reach out to the public's help and the media's help in pushing those photos. That was a new development overnight, working through the night, studying those cameras. So that's something that's new and that we're working through right now. As far as the security, I cannot speak to that. Neither the Department of Public Safety nor the Federal Bureau of Investigation was involved in the planning or security of this event, and that'll have to be a question later for other agencies.
Yeah, there was some video of the dude laying on the roof. Yep.
So that's a good question, and it's a question that goes to the safety of the community, right? No, not in those woods. We walked through those woods and secured it. As to the community, I can tell you that this was a targeted event. We don't believe that the community is at risk. However, we are exhausting every resource to find
No. It was, like I said, an assassination. It was specific to him, okay? If you replaced Charlie Kirk with another person in that moment, that guy wouldn't have died, okay? This was very specific. That's how this shit works.
And we will do so.
It's kind of like JFK. Like, do you think, like, what? Oh, we don't know yet if it was politically motivated. Shut the fuck up. You know exactly it's politically motivated. Stop that shit. You know what I mean? Papa Penguin up in the building said, "Morning, y'all driving." Well, make sure you drive safe, kind sir. No more messages until you get there safe. All right, back to this.
From the images you have, you can see clearly the suspect's face. this university, and how far do you think he may have gone?
So I can't comment specifically on his face or any details such as that, as it's continuing to be a part of the investigation, and again, we'll release that shortly. However, we're doing everything we can to find him, and we're not sure how far he has gone yet, but we will do our best. We have images of the suspect.
So you have images of the suspect. Yeah, you have images.
Again, as part of the...
That's right, Cowboy. Good to see you, by the way. Good morning.
We're not releasing any details such as that right now. We are exhausting all of our resources to be able to collect those, but that's, again, part of the investigation. Excuse me? We are working on that, but again, part of the investigation that I can't release. Not at all. We've got complete and total support from everyone from the director on down, and it's been an incredible supportive environment so far. All I can say is that we're working the investigation the best we have with the environment we're given. So thank you.
And then he's just going to basically end that shit right there. All right, so, well, what we do have to end this off is a little bit of a combination of both of what we've been talking about today, 9/11, as well as Charlie Kirk's assassination. I guess today, as of 53 minutes ago, the Trump 9/11 remarks, as well as Charlie Kirk to be awarded, I can't say that freaking word, I don't know how to say it, posthumous Medal of Freedom. So let's go ahead and bring that up. You guys are going to have to tell me how to say that fucking thing again. All right, now we're back to it. Let's check it out. Pete Hegseth was speaking. There we go. This was at a Pentagon 9/11 ceremony. Now Trump is coming up to speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
What's up, Joseph? Good morning. Good to see you, man.
Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt. Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. Our prayers are with his wonderful wife, Eric, and his beautiful children. Fantastic people they are. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Posthumously is how you say it. Posthumously. All right. I've never heard of that word, by the way, chat. Never
Date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd. Very, very big. Thank you, my fellow Americans. 84 years ago, this morning, the banks of the Potomac were filled with the clamor of construction workers who broke ground on the building now known as the Pentagon on September 11th, 1941. At the time, it was the biggest building ever built. From that moment forward, this structure stood as a monument to American strength, power, and cherished American freedom. Exactly 6 decades later, on September 11th, 2001, those same walls, built with the sweat and muscle, blood of our parents and grandparents, were scarred by flame and shaken by terror as our country came face to face with pure evil. On that fateful day, savage monsters attacked the very symbols of our civilization. Yet here in Virginia and in New York and in the skies over Pennsylvania, Americans did not hesitate. They stood on their feet and they showed the world that we will never yield, we will never bend, we will never give up, and our great American flag will never, ever fail. That terrible morning 24 years ago, time itself stood still. The laughter of school children fell silent. The rush of our traffic came to an absolute halt. And for 2,977 innocent souls and their families, the entire world came crashing down so suddenly. In the quarter of a century since those acts of mass murder, 9/11 family members have felt the weight of missed birthdays and empty bedrooms, journals left unfinished, and dreams left unfulfilled. To every member that still feels a void every day of your lives, the First Lady and I unite with you in sorrow. And today, as one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001. Amid the horror of that morning, some used cell phones and office lines to whisper their final words to those who mattered most. They whispered indeed. At 8:59 a.m. aboard United Flight 175, Brian Sweeney called his wife, Julie. He told her, do good, go have good times. I totally love you. I'll see you again. I'll meet you up there. 4 minutes later, his plane hit the south tower of the World Trade Center. At 9:12 a.m. aboard American Airlines Flight 77, Renee May called her mom. Just the day before, Renee had learned that she was 7 weeks pregnant, but she never got the chance to share the news. She simply said, I love you, Mom. 25 minutes later, Renee's plane struck the Pentagon. So violent, a strike it was. At 9:53 a.m. aboard United Flight 93, Elizabeth Waineo called her stepmom. They're getting ready to break into the cockpit. What do I do? I love you so much. They're going to break in. 10 minutes later, Flight 93 ended in the hallowed field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. At 10:25 a.m., Tom McGinnis was trapped on the 92nd floor of the North Tower when he told his wonderful wife, Elena, on the phone, there are people jumping from the floors above us. If we get out of here, it'll be a total miracle. I love you, darling. Take care of Caitlin, beautiful daughter. 3 minutes later, the tower fell. Out of the ash, we witnessed the awesome power of that incredible love. We've seen it rise again. Out of the wreckage, we watched unbelievable courage suddenly take form. And out of the darkness, we saw the timeless truth of American character shine for the world to see. In America, we take blows, but we never buckle. We bleed, but we do not bow. And we defy the fear, endure the flames, and emerge from the crucible of every hardship stronger, prouder, and greater than ever before. Last year, we were a dead country. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. In New York, there were heroes like Chuck Costello, a 46-year-old elevator mechanic and a member of the Knights of Columbus. He selflessly ran into the World Trade Center to free people trapped in the elevators. His body was not found until the following January, deep under the debris. While going through his belongings, Chuck's widow, Mary, a phenomenal woman, discovered a personal prayer written in his own words, help me to light the way for those in the dark, and when I enter the darkness, let me not panic, but patiently wait to remember the light. Beautiful words. When the time came, Chuck ran boldly into the darkness of hell on earth, and now he shines in the light of heaven above. We remember him this morning. That day we learned that the American heroic spirit was all around us. We saw it in the police officers, the great firefighters, the service members, here at the Pentagon, and in the hearts of every American who answered history's call. One such hero was Army Sergeant First Class Steve Workman, who was on the edge of the impact zone when this incredible Pentagon was hit. He was right there. After leading hundreds of people to escape routes, Steve turned back and plunged into the inferno itself. Pushing through the debris, he came upon a severely burned Navy lieutenant, the only survivor from the Navy Command Center. Only one. The wounded lieutenant looked into Steve's soul and said, don't let me die. Steve replied, I won't. I've got you. Just hang on. He wheeled the lieutenant out of the wreckage in the back of a maintenance cart before getting in the ambulance and taking him to Walter Reed Hospital. That man Steve saved, Lieutenant Kevin Schaefer, went on to join the elite team of CIA operatives who located Osama bin Laden. Steve, you're an American hero. We appreciate it. We appreciate what you've gone through. Please stand. Please stand. Where are you? Oh, good-looking man. You're a good-looking guy. You remember that day. You remember that day. Good. Thank you very much, Steve. That was something. That was something. In the years that followed, America's warriors avenged our fallen and sent an unmistakable message to every enemy around the world. If you attack the United States of America, we will hunt you down and we will find you. We'll go all over this sometimes magnificent earth. We will crush you without mercy and we will triumph without question. That's why we named the former Department of Defense the Department of War. It will be different. We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between. And then we decided to change the name. Well, now we have it back to where we all want it. Everybody wanted it. Everybody is so happy to have it back. You will fail and America will win, win, win. The enemy will always fail. 24 years have passed since that Tuesday morning in September, and an entire generation of Americans have come of age in a totally different world. While they cannot remember the agony of that day, they are carrying on the legacy of those who lost. Around 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the attacks, Army Lieutenant Colonel Kip Taylor sent an email to his friends and family describing the joys of fatherhood and his excitement for the upcoming birth of his unborn son. He wrote, after you have kids, there are days that you just get going and you say, "Hi, honey, I'm home." What we do until that moment pales in comparison. But just that little statement, "Hi, honey," so American, so beautiful. But that's really the point of it all, isn't it? An hour after he sent that email, Flight 77 flew into Colonel Taylor's Pentagon office and claimed the life of a very proud father and true patriot. 6 weeks later, on October 25th, 2001, Colonel Taylor's son, Luke, was born. Luke then tragically lost his mom to cancer when he was just 2 years old, leaving him to be raised by his father's brother. As a young boy, Luke asked his uncle about the folded flag on the bookshelf. And when he learned about his dad's decades of devotion to the Army and the horrors of September 11th, that's when he learned. Luke carried that memory with him and joined the ROTC as a college freshman. He graduated just last year, and I'm pleased to say he is with us today as a second lieutenant and doing very well. He's rising quickly in the infantry, preparing for Army Ranger School. The spitting image of his dad, they say, Luke says that every time he puts on a uniform, he feels connected to his father and to our country. But it was a father he never knew. Luke, your parents are together in heaven, and they could not be prouder of the man that they have produced. They produced you. Those two great people produced you. Luke, please stand.
What's up, Mountain Woman? Good morning.
You look good, Luke. You look good.
Real quick, make sure you guys, since I spoke right here, I'm trying to not speak as much as possible during this speech, but make sure you guys hit that like button for me. You guys don't have to like what's happening around the world, but you guys can help you guys can like it for me and my takes, but you guys can help the channel by doing that a lot, man. So I appreciate that.
They're looking down on you. They're very proud. This morning, we recall the light of America's best and bravest and the love that they showed in their final moments. In their memory, we make a solemn pledge and a noble promise. We will honor always our great heroes. You are our heroes. There's a group of people that don't want to talk about our heroes, but we will always talk about our heroes, and that's the way our country is, and that's the way the people feel. We will defend the nation they served, the values they upheld, and the freedom for which they died. We will support our troops, we will protect our families, and we will preserve the American way of life for every future generation. We will build taller, grow stronger, fight harder, and soar higher. And together we will go forward as one people with one heart, one fate, one flag, and one glorious destiny under Almighty God. May God bless the memories of those who died and the heroes who fought and the soldiers who still stand watch. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of God Bless America, and remain standing for the benediction.
And I have it sped up a little bit. It's only fair that I play it at normal speed. All right. So let's go ahead and see if there's anything else out there. Nope, there isn't on that. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure we're 100% caught up in the news cycle. Let me double check this right now for you guys. I'm typing it in. Boom. All right, let me see if we're completely caught up on this. We are. That's 100% caught up now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now you guys know exactly what's happening as of right here, right now. That was just a few minutes ago. So anyways, let's go ahead and bring, what we're going to do is we're going to be rating our buddy. We're going to see who is live right now. Looks like actually Coder is online right now. Yeah, fuck it. We'll send it over to him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys stick around for the raid. Make sure you guys let him know that we're coming in hot over there. Now, he's a liberal over there, but hey, it is what it is. We're showing a little love no matter what. It doesn't have to. This is a good time for me to be a good sport and good image for politics and what's happening right now. It's like, listen, we don't have to be complete fucking enemies because of politics. And like I said, we need to 100% condemn the political violence that's happening here. This was my official statement, and I'll read it one more time as we close out. May Charlie Kirk rest in peace. Us Americans need to all rise together and condemn political violence. This was not a murder, it was an assassination. Prayers to the Kirk family. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for the donations, your guys' engagement, hitting the like button as well. Listen, it doesn't matter if you guys did in the beginning or at the very end, man. It helps out the show no matter what. And so, anyways, thank you guys for your engagement. You guys let me know what's going on over there in the live chat and all that shit. Until tomorrow morning, we'll be back with more of the World's Madness, 10 a.m. CST, as we always are, 11 a.m. Eastern. As well as, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day here. Try to be safe out there and try not to allow this shit to really radicalize you. It's very easy for us to get radicalized by a lot of this shit. And that's something that's why I made that statement that I made. So, much love and respect, everybody. God bless everyone. We'll see you guys very soon.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken, he rides on 2 wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his stand, refusing to submit.